Hello. Hello, anybody who's watching. Well, I found this interesting article when I was browsing through Facebook. So, this article is from express.uk, which you may not be able to see that up there, but as we go through the page, you'll definitely be able to tell. Yeah, you'll definitely be able to tell that this is a UK website or a UK centric outlet. I have a feeling this leans left, but I'm not exactly for sure. Could be wrong. Okay, so this is a somewhat of a weird article I found. It is about the failure to find a sexual partner is now a disability, says the World Health Organization, or the WHO. Not those who's. This who. Probably bad joke. Okay. Now, people who don't have sex or struggle to find a sexual partner to have children with will now be considered as disabled according to something new guidelines set to be announced. That just that first part sounds really weird. I mean, I all for people having children and wanting to have children, but the way it's worded makes it sound considers other types of stuff. It goes on further to say, until now, infertility, the failure to achieve pregnancy after 12 months or more of regular unprotected sex was not considered a disability. Oh, well, I mean, I would consider it to be, well, maybe not a disability, but at least a medical issue. Although depending on the person, it could be a godsend too. So there's that. I'm not a doctor or anything, and there's a lot that I do not know. I don't necessarily know if I agree so much with the way the definition's worded as being infertility, as being having infertility. Although when I've always thought about it, I've always thought of it as just not being able to get pregnant at all. But yeah, that's what I think. May not mean too much. Okay. But now, in a dramatic move, the WHO will change the standards to suggest that a person that hold on to that, a person who is unable to find a suitable sexual partner or is lacking a sexual relationship to have children will now be equally classified as disabled. Oh, I didn't really think about it. Can't really see the thing very well. Oh well, I guess you'll just have to take my word for it that this is what it's saying. Darn, I don't know. Well, maybe next time I'll definitely leave the article, a link to the article in the description of the video. So if you haven't found it already, you'll be able to follow along with me. And just so that I should say, this is obviously fair use. I am critiquing, or giving commentary over a article that somebody, Rebecca, has written. I don't know how to say the last name. Okay. The WHO says the change will give every individual the right to reproduce. That sounds kind of weird. I mean, I would say everybody has the right to pursue a sexual partner, to pursue wanting to have children, and that is obviously through dating, getting married, uh, those kinds of things. But the way that statement's worded with those four, those four words, it sounds ominous to me, or it sounds weird. Like everybody's entitled to have sex. That's what it kind of sounds like to me. But I could be wrong. Under the new rules, heterosexual single men and women and gay men and women who want to have children will now be given the same priority as a couple seeking IVF. I don't know what an IVF is because of medical fertility problems. But critics brand new laws. It's like, as far as I know, if it's not a law, the WHO isn't necessarily a. As far as I know, the WHO is not a legislative body. They don't make laws. They give suggestions as far as how to do stuff, and then those suggestions can eventually become law. Yeah. So I don't want to necessarily say it's a law, but I can see how somebody would say that. Arguing that the organization has overstepped the mark by moving into social rather than health. And I would agree with that, because anybody who can't find a partner, either being a girlfriend or even hooking up, since that's the thing that all the young people are doing nowadays. That's a social thing. That doesn't have anything to do with being not well. I'm assuming who would classify it as some sort of mental illness, not for sure, or mental disease. But yeah, got too much hair coming in. Yeah, that's definitely a social thing. It's yeah. You could be somebody who has several different mental diseases, or one that's hard to somewhat deal with, and you could still be somebody who could find a girlfriend, find a boyfriend. So yeah, I definitely see that being a social thing. Somebody with the same last name as me, who's an MP. I actually don't know what MP stands for in UK. I do know that Sargon of Akkad is running for MP in his area. So I guess vote for him if you really want to. If not, then oh well. I don't know his politics. Probably don't agree with everything he says anyways. But either way, on with the article. Ow. The parliamentary groups on infertility, those own children were born thanks to fertility treatments, said I'm in general saying he's a supporter of the IVF, but have never regarded. Yeah, I agree as well. The Johnson person doesn't see infertility as a disability or a disease, but a medical matter. Yes, I would agree with that as well. I'm the first to say you should have more availability to IVF to infertile couples we need to ensure this whole subject retains credibility. How long does this go on for? Well, it goes on a little bit longer. This definition runs the risk of undermining the work NICE and others have done. I'm assuming NICE is a name, have done to ensure IVF treatment is made available for fertile couples when you get definitions off the mark like this. I think it's trying to put IVFs into a box that doesn't fit into a frankly. Oh, okay. I don't know what an IVF is, but I think I can get what he's saying. Putting it into a category that it doesn't belong. Josephine, something that starts with a Q, from somewhere, reproduction ethics. So yeah, it might be somebody who leans left, but that doesn't mean that they don't have, that they would not have something smart or good to say. This is so nonsense. It is not simply redefining infertility, but completely silencing the biological process and significance of natural intercourse between a man and a woman. Well, yeah. If we go up, it also talked about gay men and gay women, or yeah. And we could also assume that they apply that to other people as well, who identify as something else and who do other things, possibly to other things. Oh, but Dr. David. Oh, wait. How long before babies are created and grown on request completely in the lab? Oh, yes. That's actually something that a lot of people feel will happen eventually, and I can definitely see that it definitely can happen. And as far as MRAs, men's rights activists, they're going to be like, well, we don't need you women anymore. So it's like, yeah, that would shift the balance. Okay, but the doctor guy, David Anderson, I think, he's an author of the new standards, argue it is a big change for single and gay people. Well, I would argue gay people shouldn't have children, they shouldn't adopt. There are statistics saying that gay people, or at least lesbian couples, they have the tendency to touch their children, possibly it being more of the girls. So it's like, yeah, don't know about gay men, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same. And the other thing is that there's certain things that children pick up from seeing the relationship between a healthy couple, healthy heterosexual couple, having good parents, a mom and a dad, children, both boys and girls, of course, pick up things that make it better for them in the long run, and they don't get that if they're gay. Single people, that just sounds weird. It's not like that if you're, I mean, I guess if you really would want to, I guess, but it still doesn't make sense. And then it goes back to the line above it saying, "How long before babies are created and grown on request completely in the lab?" Yeah, that hopefully my fan's not very loud. It's kind of warm in here. It says 83 right now. Further down, and I think, yeah, looks like this last bit is all that's left. Hopefully you're liking this video, and hopefully I'm talking loud enough. Oh, my chest feels like it's on fire. I'm not used to talking like this. He said the definition of infertility is now written in such a way that includes the rights of all individuals to have a family, and that includes single men, single women, gay women. Well, everybody has a right to to have a family, but there's a certain process of going through and making a family and getting your baby ordered from the lab is not part of starting a family. Starting a family involves finding somebody, preferably somebody, finding somebody and getting married, having children, and that kind of stuff. Okay. It puts a stake in the ground and says an individual's got a right to reproduce whether or not they have a partner. No. Oh. Okay. Did it change? Okay. Well, well, I would argue no. Well, I guess I would say the first part. Ooh, I like the red. The first part is true. I mean, you have the right to I guess, make children if you want. No, I don't know. I don't know how to word it. Just that this sentence sounds weird. It makes me have an unsettling feeling. Fundamentally alters who should be included in this group and who should have access to healthcare. Well, this is the UK, as far as I know of. Everybody has healthcare. It sets an international legal standard countries are bound to. Well, not exactly. I do have a feeling that countries have the rights and the ability to reject what the World Health Organization chooses to do, to put out. Just like here in America, as far as I know of, you don't necessarily have to go with all of the suggestions that the APA gives out. It's just highly encouraged. That you do. A spokesman for the Department of Health said that the NHS was under no obligation to follow. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. As far as I know, if nobody's truly under the obligation to say, yes, I'll follow whatever you say. Under the Equality Act of 2010, that's the year I graduated, a person is disabled if they have a physical or mental impairment. That makes sense. That has a substantial and long-term negative effect on their ability to do normal daily activities. But some name I can't pronounce of Radio 4. Radio 4's midweek was something about the new recommendation. I don't know that S word. I'm sorry. I'm not the best at reading, but I do have opinions and I want to spout them. She said when a flinky new human right is suddenly tossed out by a senior UN agency, it is just not silly but dangerous. So, the WHO, which has plenty else on its plate, has long defined infertility as a disability. I would argue it's a medical issue, like the one guy said, and it's sad, but not disabled compared to someone who is blind, deaf, mentally impaired, or severely crippled. Yep, I would agree. And that is the article. So, hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, leave some links to some other weird articles that I should talk about. I'll hopefully pick one. I come across some articles and yeah, but yeah, leave some links. Leave some links somehow to some interesting articles. Maybe I'll do a video on them with my opinion and I guess kind of my critique of the way it's written or something like that. I don't know. But yes, leave a link to other articles. Give me comments on how to do this better. Do I need to talk louder? Am I talking too soft? Do I need to kill myself? You know, just leave a comment on how to do stuff better, hopefully. And with that, I thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this poorly put together video, and I will bid you adieu.